Welcome to the T-Pac Arcade. Today's game is Heavy Unit for the Sega Mega Drive. In this 1990 shoot-'em-up from Kaneko and Toho, it's the distant future year of 2013, and you have to save mankind's first artificial planet, Latau, from alien invaders. As far as shoot-'em-ups go, Heavy Unit doesn't really do anything particularly interesting or unique, but it's still awesome, because you get to play as a mech. Sometimes. See, aside from standard power-ups like speed boosts, blaster upgrades, and shields, Heavy Unit offers T-items that transform you from a ship to a robot, which, as I said, is awesome, or a robot back to a ship, which is decidedly less awesome, but unfortunately necessary in some cases. See, the benefit of the robot, aside from the indisputable fact that it's really cool, is that it has homing shots for an auxiliary weapon, way more useful than the standard ship's more limited vertical bombs. But the trade-off is that the robot takes up way more space and makes things harder to dodge, so sometimes you have to sacrifice your indisputable cool factor and settle for the narrow ship to survive some levels. And just what do these levels have in store for you? Well, Stage 1 is some kind of alien biome / castle ruins, where big serpents wiggle at you menacingly, but don't actually attack. Spastic chickens and archer statues assault you with flaming projectiles. A heavy metal-inspired spiky face tries to chain chomp you with its eyeballs. And an H.R. Geiger-inspired alien fossil lunges its neck mouth at you while creepy centipedes populate from its forehead, which is pretty sick, in both senses of the word. Stage 2 is an underwater level, where you dodge spiky marine hazards while taking on big ol' red mechs that are arguably as cool as your own. And the boss fight is a weird skeletal bug that it sort of just falls apart as soon as it shows up. Now, I'm all for easy boss fights, but this is a little ridiculous. Stage 3 is a factory full of scaffolding cube snakes that route all around the playfield as you dodge more archer statues, an interesting red metal gate that folds in on itself and pulsates as if it's alive, elevator trolley ships that play red light green light with you, and a big orange platform robot whose claw arm swirls around and radiates bullets. This is definitely one of those claustrophobic, I'm gonna need to ditch the mech for the spaceship scenarios. Stage 4 looks like you're navigating through a network of capillaries or heart valves or something, as you blast falling meat pods, dodge vein-covered orb things, fight a mid-boss snake made of tumors, and ultimately take on a creepy crab-like parasite that tries to blindside you with arrows that launch up from below. Stage 5 takes you to another fortified alien factory, where you fight all the previous bosses again, but only after making it past a super mean laser array that's near impossible to get through unscathed. And even if you do, you're greeted with a windmill barrier that'll spin you to death if you happen to set it in motion by firing your blaster. You know, the thing you tend to do instinctively in games that are literally called shoot-'em-ups. Anyway, the boss fight here is actually a mirror battle against an evil version of yourself. And you better hope you've got the mech's homing blasts so you can camp up at the top of the screen where the enemy ship can't get you. Otherwise, this fight will wreck you in no time. And lastly, Stage 6 is the final boss battle, where a massive set of mechanical arms spits bullets at you while simultaneously cornering you into a tight little space between its deadly metal limbs. Again, an unfortunate case where you'll have to ditch the mech for a smaller hitbox. Aesthetically, Heavy Unit is already a winner because of the mech player sprite, but the whole package is exceedingly cool too. The fortified biomechanical alien sets have so much complexity and depth, but don't clutter the visuals. The enemy sprites are all big and imposing, and bosses have a habit of assembling and disassembling as you fight to give a bit more of a dynamic edge to everything. An edge that's surprisingly absent from the chiptunes, which are way more bass-heavy than typical metallic Mega Drive audio tracks. But I actually prefer it like this, especially as the music pairs with the equally deep and subdued blaster noises to create a nice, mellow soundscape. As far as challenge goes, Heavy Unit is one of those games that can really blindside you with its difficulty spikes. Even on easy mode, the limited continues and occasionally unforgiving checkpoint system ended all my legit runs just before the halfway point of the game, so I just opted for save states to cheat my way through with full power-ups and extra bookmarks. The really unfortunate part is that I still feel like the game would be manageable with more practice if it weren't for a few unfair gotcha sections, namely the laser array in Stage 5, which is absolutely brutal. Plus, the hit detection here never works in your favor, especially when you're playing as a big chunky mech. That being said, my favorite part of Heavy Unit is still playing as the big chunky mech. I'm tempted to say it would be great if you could always be the mech, but on further reflection, the fact that you have to play as the ship sometimes just makes robot mode even more exciting. Like how all the days that aren't your birthday make it that much more special. Overall, Heavy Unit may or may not be a game as special as your birthday, but blasting aliens as a homing missile mech sure feels like a present either way.